All right, next problem. So we just knocked out number one, pretty straightforward, and what we found was that, let's save it. Courses. Week 11. Yeah.
I know we're getting so close.
The future is here.
It was too fast.
What are we looking? We're looking at hours per. No,
Hours per mileage.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's hours per
Or
miles.
per kilowatt hour.
Well, it's hours of charge per mile is what it is. Yeah, kind of cool. So if you want to go 40 miles and you got the slow charger, it's going to take you 7 or 8 hours to charge. If you got the fast charger, you're looking at 1/3 of an hour, 20 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, some juice. Okay. Now, next problem. Using the same formula as above, create a graph with miles on the x-axis and costs on the y. Make a table. There's a link. Rate structure. I think this must be the rate structure down here. Tricky part is rate structure. The more energy used, the more it costs. So design the graph or table with 2 lines. 2 lines. One has a very efficient EV that gets 4 miles per kilowatt hour at the lowest tier, and the other one gets only 2.5, the highest cost tier. Oh, so it's like best and best of both worlds and sort of worst and worst of both worlds. The correct will be on or between the 2 lines, and those are the ones. You can actually imagine making 4 different, so there's 2 rate structures and 2 mileages. So again, so we've got, dollars per kilowatt hour 1, we've got dollars per kilowatt hour 2, and then we've got miles per kilowatt hour 1. Is that what it is? Miles per kilowatt? Yeah. And we have miles per kilowatt hour 2. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I should have, hang on. Let me just make this even more gross to look at. But really, it's miles per, it's really miles per kilowatt hour, isn't it? I left the H off here. So otherwise it would be miles per kilowatt, but it's miles per kilowatt hour. Kilowatt hour is replacing gallon, right? kWh replaces gallon in both these cases. Okay, onward. So what they're saying is if I've got these numbers, we'll see what the other numbers are here in a second. But in this case, the first miles per kilowatt hour, was 4.0?
Yeah.
That was the best one, and 2.5 was the worst one?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now let's go out and see what our dollars per kilowatt hour are. $4 per gallon gasoline, oh my God. No. It's a nice little website. Okay, basic charge.
So you get that $20 per month, no matter what.
Yeah. Yep, you sure do. It's problem one. Problem two. Insert. Where'd you go, text box? There you are. I'll put the rate structure down here. Delivery charge, energy charge. I love it. All right, we gotta do this. We'll get this. Let's click back into the website. Well, we know all this information, so I'm not gonna put it on the chart. Okay, so let's dive in here, and the numbers. There's not just like a single number. So look at basically at 20 plus 2.64 plus 5.9, and if we go over, then it's plus this additional amount. Let's build this. Let's build this structure first. Let me write it out. I'm going to just write it out really quickly. So we're looking at cost of electricity. Okay, so basic charge, $20.50. Delivery charge equals 2 points, 26, 24, 26, 24, 0, 0 point per kilowatt hours. Energy charge, EC, let's just call this EC, let's call it EC0 equals 559.48 per kilowatt hour. EC 800 equals 74.35. So what's this going to look like? So here's your time. Here's your money. We're starting right in at 2050. And we'll, like, for right here, we'll just call this 600, or yeah, is it 800 or 600? 800. So the first one is going to be DC plus EC naught equals a number. And the next one's going to be DC plus EC 800 equals some number. So first we'll be charged at this rate until we hit that, then we'll be charged at a greater rate. Make sense? There's two separate, well, it's a function, but it's a discontinuous function. So let's just build that in there. Cha? Good? Good? Good.
When does the bus from here to the West Campus leave?
In about 10 minutes.
20 minutes?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? What, this is all going to be on one?
All online.
And you're going to post number 10?
Try. See how long we make it.
All right. All in on?
Okay.
Long day.
Yeah. So basic charge, it's going to be in dollars, is $20.50. The delivery charge, this is in dollars per kilowatt hour, is 0.02624 EC 0 dollars per kilowatt hour, 0.05948 EC 800 dollars per kilowatt hour, 0.07435. That in dollars. Add a couple decimals. Not that many. And put it all in. Yeah, it can all be in dollars. Hey!
Yeah, you have to, yeah.
Goes to the default. All right. Okay. Got that. No. So let's write our function. So the cost is going to equal the basic charge plus the, what's DC stand for? Direct charge?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Direct charge, delivery charge.
Delivery charge, okay, delivery charge plus energy charge 0 times time. And that's going to take care of all of this stuff. All right, it's the area of that guy. Now all we have to do is just figure out this stuff. I'm trying to think if there's a heavy-side step function in here. I don't know if we've got one. There's a way to kind of turn things on or off. Give me a second to think. I think I got it. All right, so we're back. Woo! I feel like I just dragged myself through the ringer. I found an error on the first problem. So let's just go back and look at that. And as it turns out, the time to charge in the level 2 was 4 hours. The mistake I made when I dragged over here is I had incorrectly been using the time instead of the mileage as my multiplier. All right, so anyway, good news is it's right. Bad news, it took a little longer to charge, but not that much longer. 1 hour seemed pretty fast. Okay, so more like 4.5 hours to charge. We double checked here and said, yeah, to go 100 miles, you're still going to need the same amount of electricity, same amount of electric energy, 28.57 kilowatt hours. Okay, so now what I did, I went ahead and went all the way out to 10,000 miles, and I went ahead and added in both mileages, 4.0 and 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour. So my range starts at 0, goes all the way down to 10,000, and so my energy now is simply the range in miles divided by my mileage in miles per kilowatt hour. So in order to go 1,000 miles, if I'm getting 4 miles per kilowatt hour, I'm talking 250 kilowatt hours to get that. So you're gonna be basically running 10 kilowatts all day long, or 1 kilowatt for 3 weeks to go your 1,000 miles. If I'm less efficient, if I'm more efficient, if I'm going, less efficient, only 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour, then I'm going to need 400 kilowatt hours to go that 1,000 miles. So we just got 2 linear functions that go all the way down to 10,000 miles. And the numbers, you basically get to 10,000 and you add another 0.
Right.
No big deal. Okay, that's looking good. Now, what the trick now is going to be to put these 4 different energy charges into a function. And I was going to try to get fancy, but I think at this point we'll just here's our magic number, 600. Here's our magic number, 600.
Why are you thinking 600?
Isn't that what the problem statement? I think, yeah, if we're going to the Oregon, 800. Once you hit 800 kilowatt hours, you're going to pay more.
Right. Okay.
That's what it is, 800. Thank you. So let's unbold that. So click 800. Unbold that. And we'll click 800. So let's just go ahead and do the easy part first. So here is the cost 4.0 in dollars, and here's the cost 2.5 in dollars. And we did our cost function already. So the cost function is the basic charge plus the direct charge, or delivery charge, plus the energy charge starting at 0 times the time. And so whatever the delivery charge plus the energy charge not, so what we're looking at 7, almost 8.5 cents per kilowatt hour, right? It's going to go right in there. And then once we go over that, we're looking more at 10 over 10. So go from 8 up to 10 cents per kilowatt hour. So let's put those in as well. That's our little functions. So we'll have DC plus EC not in dollars per kilowatt hour equals DC plus EC naught, and this is delivery charge plus energy charge 800 in dollars per kilowatt hour equals that guy plus that guy. So 8.5 cents and just barely over a dime.
Wait, what did you do again?
Well, what I'm trying to show is that when we, so our function looks like this. So we're always going to pay the $20
Right,
per month,
and you're delivering.
and then we're always going to pay this delivery charge. But the slope of this initial line is going to be delivery plus EC naught.
Okay,
Yeah. That's that's the slope of the line until you hit 800, and then it goes up. So this guy right here is this guy right here is 8.5 cents. This one out here is 10 cents
okay.
per kilowatt hour. Yeah. And so I guess my figure here is a little bit mislabeled, but as I go out in time, obviously I'm going to use more energy. At some point, I'm going to hit that many kilowatt hours, month. As it turns out, well, depends on how much you drive, but let's just say, there's 12 months, it's a little less than 1,000 miles a month. So, gosh, just about 2 months in, you click over into the more expensive and the less efficient vehicle, and it's going to take you closer to 3 months to get there in the more efficient vehicle. So the cost is going to equal the well, I guess when we get to the bottom, ultimately we're going to run it for well, let's just do it this way. We'll look at the see, we really want dollars per mile. Yeah, let's do dollars per mile for both. So basically what we're going to look at this range at the cheaper electricity, and then we'll look at this range for the more expensive electricity. So let's just do that by hand. Yeah, that'll be easier. Okay. This problem seems super simple at first, didn't it?
Yeah, at first.
Okay. So dollars per mile equals dollars per kilowatt hours times kilowatt hours per mile. So the first one asks us to do dollar per kilowatt hour. And what we come up with, let's look at these numbers. $10059 equals 0.10059 times kilowatt hours per mile. I'm just going to have to do the inverse of that. Inverse equals 1 over.
Why are you doing
Well, it's kilowatt hours per mile, not miles per kilowatt hour.
Okay.
Thing because we've got dollars. We want to figure out dollars per mile, and we know this is the dollars per kilowatt hour is our energy charge. It's gallons per mile instead of miles per gallon. So it's more expensive, and this is the inverse is copy, paste. This is kilowatt mile. Kilowatt hours per mile. It's 0.4, so more expensive times 0.4. 0.4 per mile equals this would be in dollars per mile, basically, is what we want. And so for the, so it's the most expensive times the least efficient. Yep. And equals the least expensive times the most efficient. $0.02 a mile, pretty cheap. You look at that and you can't believe it, but it's true.
Makes you want to sell your car.
Yeah. This is why we are going to see more Teslas and Volts on the road.
One of these days.
They're all over there in California. Okay, so there's dollars per mile. Now, I think we're in a position to look at the cost per mile. So let's just say, so on this first guy, let's just keep the basic charge out of it for now.
Okay.
And so kilowatt hours, what we're looking at for the 4.0, miles per kilowatt hour. That's the more efficient. Equals the kilowatt hours times our dollars per kilowatt hour. Equals, no, let's just, no.
What did you do?
Hang on. Yeah, kilowatt hours, okay, that's fine, times F33, and we'll just pin that. Oh no, come on. Equals kilowatt hours times dollars per kilowatt hour, and we'll pin it. I think we just keep running this out until we hit 800. Okay, so now we're going to plot that discontinuity. I'll just start with a fresh sheet here. So what we're trying to do is plot cost. We're really trying to plot as a function of time and energy. And at some point, we're going to hit that 800 kilowatt hour mark. And so again, if you remember, each month we're going to get that $20.50 bill. It's going to climb at 8.5 cents per kilowatt hour. Then we're going to get another 20 bucks, right? We're going to have to pay another 20. It's going to climb at 8.5. We're going to kick another 20, another 5, kick another 20. And now we're going to pay more. We're going to pay, it says 8.5, and now it's 10 cents on out. And it kicks in at 800 kilowatt hours. So what I'm looking at each chunk, basically just doing a little finite difference method. So the change in cost is going to equal the cost per kilowatt hour, cost per kilowatt hour times the change in kilowatt hours plus the previous cost. Right, so what we're looking at is the cost at time 2 equals the change in cost plus the cost at time 1.
Okay.
That's all it is. And so what that comes out as is the cost at time n equals the change in cost plus the cost at time n minus 1. And so you can see that I've built that in to my Excel function here. So it starts out very simply. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger. Starts out very simply where the cost is the amount of energy times the cost of energy. So we start out at that 8.5 cents. And for the first bit, it's just nice and linear, right? So we just take that function and just drag it down. So each one of these cells is how much energy it took to go that far, multiplied by the cost of energy. And in the case of the...
Don't you want to add your basic charge in there too?
Well, I do, but I don't. But right now, I'm only doing it as a function of energy, and I don't know how far I'm driving per month yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, yeah, like maybe, at 500, at some point, I could say, well, yeah, I've got my, out here I could do it somewhere and say, yeah, I've got my $20 charges and just add those in, but I don't know when the month happened. I'm doing it as a function of energy rather than as a function of time.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I will do that next. I just figured I'd leave that for later. So then at this point, I'm still at 800 and life is still simple.
For the 4.0.
For the 4.0. Or for both of them, it's just that the 800 happens at the 800 happens at 3,200 miles for the 4.0. And now when I get to the next bit, when I pass that 800, what I'm doing is I'm subtracting 800 from 825. So I just to go that extra 100 miles took me another 25 kilowatt hours. That's what 825 minus 800 is 25. So K39 is 825. K38 is 800. So that's 25 kilowatt hours times the new rate.
And what did you get?
Well, times the new rate, plus whatever I've already paid. And then I just drag that formula. And each time I'm just taking that difference. It's kind of trivial because I'm just going another...
I'm like 7 cents under you.
On the 71? Did you use this as a rate?
I did, but I didn't do the subtracting part.
Well, the difference... yeah, you can't... If you just use that number, it's not going to work. You're gonna see how much farther you went times the cost of going that far plus whatever you've already paid.
Not that.
Want to stare that down for a little bit?
Yeah, let me stare at it for just a second here.
So K39 minus K38 is how much energy I use, which is another 25 kilowatt hours. And then the cost is a dime per kilowatt hour. Then I add that to the 68.58 I already paid.
Oh, you stupid thing.
Did you get it?
Well, I almost got it. I'm pushing too many buttons, I guess.
Okay. So, and that just continues. So let me
I can go back to it.
So let me put this in again. So I'll just repeat it. So this equals the change in energy. In this case, since it takes more energy per mile, this is going to equal, open paren, this minus this times the higher rate plus what we've already paid.
Plus what?
What we've already paid.
Plus the 68.58.
Plus the 68.58, yep.
That's what it is.
Yeah. And you'll notice that 68, you just hit that 68.58 earlier. It still happens at 800 kilowatt hours, but it just happens at 2,000 miles instead of at 3,200 because you're less efficient.
And yours are still weird.
I'll come look in a second. So you can drive for 10,000 miles, and basically, we'll just say annual. This is going to equal the basic charge. Times 12. Equals that. Equals that. I'm just adding that annual charge on. So extra it's $600 versus 45 to go the.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Man, a heck of a lot cheaper than the gasoline.
I know, and if you think about it, we could totally save all our gas money and buy it for this life.
Let's do it.
Just can't drive anymore. Take a bus or a bike. First you do that, and you don't take a bus.
I took the bus out in LA. It was kind of fun.
The LA bus?
Los Angeles.
That's interesting.
Went from Redondo Beach down to Long Beach.
Yeah, I love Long Beach. I like Long Beach.
All right, man. And then what else? I think there might be one little more chunk here. Compare it to 30 miles per gallon. 30 miles per gallon, $4 a gallon. Okay, let's just do that. That's easy. MPG 30 dollars per gallon for equals 10,000 miles times dollars per gallon divided by miles per gallon. $1,000. So it's going to cost you half half to a third. It's a big deal.
That's saving so much.
Yep. And who knows what it doesn't count maintenance.